Welcome back, everybody. This is GTF, and this is Megaman 5 for the Game Boy. And when we last left off, we just killed Pluto, and now shopping! Only going to be buying the energy balancer right now. If you're not familiar with that, then you haven't been playing enough Mega Man games. It's pretty much a staple for the classic series these days. You pick up a weapon capsule when you're not using a weapon, or you have full weapon ammo, it goes to the lowest weapon. Simple as that. Very useful, because if you haven't noticed, the second half of this game stops refilling your weapons when you kill a boss. So the stuff that gets dropped is actually useful to me now. Well, we're done for now. I'm just going to save up to buy some more crap later. What we're going to do next is this guy. We are going to be making like an unlicensed proctologist and hammer down on Uranus. I'm sorry. I feel a little dirty now. Yeah, okay, if you haven't noticed, you can sort of you already can probably guess what Uranus is going to be like when we fight him. I mean, you can tell just by looking at him. He looks way too much like Guts Man. So, if you haven't figured it out, I might as well just tell you right now, there's gonna be a lot of shaking. But first, let's make like Dogi. Yeah. I have to admit, it is one of the better ways of crushing through the collapsible walls to get swag. Just punching right through them. It really is the best way. Screw bombs. Only sissies blow stuff up. A real man just punches right through it like it's nothing. It's the wall's fault for getting in your way. And the seals are probably one of the most annoying enemies in this game. They take a lot of hits, they're vulnerable for only a very short amount of time. But thankfully, I sort of realized that the electric shock actually kills them in one hit. Huzzah. Mini-boss time. This is a mini-boss. Now, I'd like to notice it's supposed to be like a giant Anubis head that spits blocks at me, but we're supposed to be like in space. When did the like ancient Egyptian Empire ever expand out into space? Well, I guess if they built the pyramids, they can go into space. Who knows? I'm not going to care. It's Mega Man logic. So it's a nice little tune for the stage music, but it's a little dull in my opinion. The log rolling blocks here are only a minor threat. You sort of have to wait and be incredibly idle on them for a while before they drop you off into what's ever below them, so they're not really that much of a threat, and frankly, you can easily tell you're going to fall through them if you don't bunny hop across them, so you'd have to be a stone-cold idiot in order to fall for them. Eddie! Okay, thank you. That's actually a little useful, Eddie. I hate him. He always just gives you, like, a large health power-up when you don't need it. And watch as I slide right into the guy. I really hate the seals, by the way. I just hate them. And watch as I miss a jump with Rush. Go do that a couple times, but hey, you get more Rush energy than you'll ever need. And yeah, I'm not going to be an idiot and try to slide over those spikes when I can just reach out for it long distance. There's nothing really too original about the stage aside from the two mini-bosses and the log rolling. I think that might have sounded weird. We're not going to be getting into politics. No log rolling here. Nor lumberjacks. Anywho, here's the crystal for this stage. It's not exactly well hidden. The collapsible wall was kind of like right in your face, with the ledge sticking out. Jupiter's was a little subtly hidden. Like, who knew you had to actually go up a ladder and then drop back down and the stage completely alters? I mean, that's a little more well hidden than that one was. And Pluto's should have been obvious to you. But anyway, double attack there, and you know, in all of my practice runs on that, I usually can do a tiny little hop through and just kind of graze through that bullet spread there, but, you know, I really never could get out of the habit of not goddamn grazing in a normal Mega Man game. People should have seen me try to play Mega Man 9 after so much Mega Murray. The game kills your ability to play a normal Mega Man game. Alright. The bird's nests actually do shoot at you. when they're not spawning little birds. And back on subject, watch, as this is probably the most retarded you'll ever see me in a game on camera. After all that difficulty in trying to kill that thing, and there's an E-tank right there. So what do you think I'm trying to do here? Yes, that's right, get the E-tank and fill up my health. Right? Well, as you saw earlier, I already did that stunt. Yeah, I forgot to actually use a fucking E-tank before I acquired the new one. And I realized that afterwards, I just kept going. And then I screwed up falling down there. I think that it might actually be the last death you'll see on this game. There you go, that's normally how the bull sprint works. But anyway, no, I didn't intentionally throw that, I just kind of slowed down, got caught on one of the moving platforms, and that just kills the rhythm. Timing is kind of important when you're trying to speed through that. Nothing you can do, it's just, shit happens. I never guarantee super plays. And I try to see if there's something that kills these guys quicker, and here's a little food for thought. Bullets floating around on the screen, or the health pellets that float around the screen from the grab buster, those seem to count. You can't actually shoot more if those are still wafting around, so you gotta pick those things up. And here's another Anubis thingy, and notice our little running room is a little smaller this time around. Not that big of a deal, it only takes a couple charge shots to take it down. And the funny thing is, it's almost as if they want you to think you have to hop up onto the rock that's spinning out to shoot it, and actually damage it anyway, but that's far from the case. You can just jump straight up and shoot. You don't even need to use the blocks to get up there. It's like they put the hitbox a little too low for what they seem to have intended, if I'm interpreting it right anyway. Yes, the spike ceiling move's not that dangerous in this stage. You kind of don't really jump high enough. We'll see that stunt pulled in Saturn stage but we'll burn that bridge when we get there. Next up is Uranus. Interesting boss. He's pretty much as a Gutsman Redux, but there's one little interesting thing about him.
It's Gutsman!
Is that he actually takes only 1 damage from a charge shot instead of 3. So he's technically, I guess, one of the more endurant kind of characters. But he's weak to the break dash, and you'll see why I hate doing it this way. You sort of need flat room to use the break dash, but the screen is always shaking and making you wobble. So that completely kills your break dash. And there's like very little, you have a very small window to try to actually hit him with it. So frankly, I find it much easier to just machine gun him. As you can see, watch, he goes down in a couple seconds if you just machine gun him. So much easier than using the break dash. I have to admit, the break dash does kill him in only a couple hits. It does like a fully charged break dash does like maybe 8 damage to him in a single hit. He's ridiculously weak to it. But now we've got our we've killed him now, we're going to get our super arm analog, the Deep Digger. Yeah, I know, folks. They didn't exactly put a lot of effort in coming up with the weapon names. And, much like the super arm, it's an incredibly conditional weapon. You have to pick up special kind of blocks, you have to stand over them, that's the difference. Otherwise, it's exactly like the super arm. Instead of standing next to them, you stand over them. But now that we have this, we can do the necessary backtracking and pick up the gem from Pluto's stage. But first we're going to do a little more shopping. We'll pick up the Clobber Hand, or whatever this is supposed to be called. I don't remember what the name was. It's been many years and I've lost the instruction manual for this book, or for this game. So we're first going to buy this. This is the game that this just lets you kind of fist an enemy for a little bit longer. If you push the buttons right. You can score a couple extra hits on it, not really that useful. And I want a super tank, but I can't afford it. And there's really not much else I could buy. The weapon tanks are okay. You need maybe about 1 in the whole game. Of course, if you just bought a super tank, that sort of does it. That'll do it all the same. Well, I'll just get 1 anyway. Now we can go back to Pluto stage and get that gem. And here we are. Did you see that? You can sort of see the ladder under that little block. Hope you saw it the first time around. If you did, congratulations, you win yourself an internet cookie or whatever cheesy little prize you want. Damn peons. I'm just kidding, I love you all. No, not really. Alright, well, just snag the P-chips and the 1-up first, and then with our lovely little magnet hand, we can snag the gem real easy. Don't even have to find a way to struggle across that pit. That's done, and we'll call this episode quits for now. I'm GTF, thanks for watching.